Welcome to Speak.Your.Truth podcast. I'm Mr. Legend. Today I have with me Lilac Jones, and we will be talking about the effects of domestic abuse. Lilac, could you actually introduce yourself to everyone?
Yes, yes. Hey everybody. First of all, thank you for having me on. So honored to talk about this topic. We've seen what's been happening and going on in the news. So my name is Lilac. I am a marriage and family therapist, mindfulness life coach, and a minister. So I do have some experience with domestic violence, domestic abuse. And I think it's really good for men and women to talk about this. Originally from Boston, Mass. So there's, a lot going on up north and a lot going on everywhere. But I think it's good for us to have this conversation so we can see what's happening in our community and see how to go forward.
Right. So, what first got you involved in getting into marriage and families and even dealing with this topic, domestic abuse?
Yeah, such a good question. So, like, I came from my family was like, ugh, it was a lot. I come from a divorced family. My mom and dad got divorced when I was 11 going on 12. And then just there was a lot. There was just a lot happening in my family. And when I got presented the opportunity to go to school for therapy and counseling, I was like, this will help me understand the way my family is and why they are and why people do certain things. So I had a big interest in that. And then as far as domestic violence, I had a couple clients who were going through it, a couple people in my personal life, who were experiencing it. And in the school, as a school counselor, there was domestic violence with teenagers. So I've been involved with it on a couple different fronts.
Okay, so mostly people associate domestic violence with the physical part. Could you let us know like other ways domestic abuse is play out?
Yeah, so right. We always talk about the physical, like someone putting their hands on someone. That's actually, and I'm not discrediting it, but it's actually to me, that emotional domestic abuse is worse than the physical, because you get a bruise and it'll heal, but the emotional bruising you can't see, the spiritual bruising you can't see. So when that abuse happens and it's not physical, it's usually ignored or people don't think it's as bad, right? So you can also have financial domestic abuse that
Right.
someone is holding, you know what I mean? Withholding money from you or giving you this or hanging, dangling money over you. You better do this or I'm not going to pay for this. So those are not as talked about. So I think they're either forgotten about or people don't think they're as serious. Like people only look at if someone is physically abusing someone. But emotional and financial and that mental domestic abuse is just as bad. It might be even worse because you can't see it.
Right.
So it's easy to forget about it.
So imagine me having a friend, whether it's a male or a female.
Yep.
What are some signs of abuse that maybe the ordinary person wouldn't notice?
My brother, number one is isolation. The person that they are with is going to try to isolate them. If they were your friend, their significant other is not going to want them to be your friend anymore.
Mm,
If they're around their family, if they're close to their family, they're not gonna want them to be close to their family anymore. If they have coworkers that they're cool with, sometimes you get cool with your coworkers, you go out, they're gonna start snipping it off one by one. Oh, they don't really like you. I don't think they're good for you or your family. Oh, they're always in our business. Let's move away. Let's move 2 hours away. Let's move to another state. They want to isolate you. It's easier to manipulate someone who has no connection and no tribe around them.
right.
That's the first thing. If you notice them being super possessive and like they don't want you don't hang out anymore. Like they don't want your friend to hang out with you anymore. They don't want them to be associated with anyone anymore. They just want them all to themselves. And you notice your friend not being around, not being available, not answering calls, not answering texts, always busy, busy, busy with their significant other. That's really a first sign that there could be some domestic abuse going on because they want to crack the community around that person so that that person only can depend on them.
All right. So over time, what would be some mental effects, the mental effects of domestic abuse?
Yeah, there's so many. Your self-worth really gets knocked down. You start thinking that you're the problem, that you're the issue. You start feeling guilty or you start feeling shame if you don't want to be abused anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like if you have to
Right.
put up a
Yeah.
boundary, if you have to put up a boundary and say, no, don't do that, you start to feel guilt or shame. You can also feel that intense guilt or shame mentally if you have to tell a family member or a close friend. That there's shame associated with that. No one ever wants to go into a situation and say, I'm being abused. Someone will say, well, why didn't you just leave? Why didn't you just go? It's really not that easy. So mentally, you start getting your own self-image starts getting worn down. Like you forget who you are. You forget what you like. Everything usually just goes to, I need to protect myself. You start numbing yourself. I want to say that too. You start disassociating. You might just block out a lot of things. The things you used to like, you won't like anymore. Usually, you just numb yourself and you really become a shell of yourself just to survive. It's all about survival now.
Okay, so when you mention self-worth, so a person who's been through the emotional abuse, how do they begin to rebuild their self-worth after coming out of a abusive situation?
Oh, such a good question. It is really about who is around you. You need a very supportive tribe. Not people who are going to judge you or be like, I told you not to get with him or her. I told you so. That's not needed in this moment. Like if you're trying to support someone who is coming out of that, like save the I told you so. Save all of that. And if you're a person who's coming out of that, please be very careful who you have around you. You need people who are going to support you and authentically love you and really love you back to your wholeness. They need to affirm you. They need to say these words to you like you're worth it. You matter. All those things.
Right.
That might sound cheesy, but you need people who are going to be constantly pouring into you in that way. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
that's the main thing. It's the words that are coming at you now because you have to reshape your whole brain depending on how long you were in the relationship, if you were in a domestic abuse relationship for 10 years, that's a lot of reshaping you have to do. It's really important to have good people around you who can help you refilter your thoughts and reshape your brain.
So I know you kind of got some background on breathing exercises, correct?
Yes.
So
Yes.
what breathing exercises, how do they play in the recovery of someone that's been going through emotional abuse?
Oh yeah. Breathing exercises are so important. They really help you to get rid of anxiety. A lot of people who've gone through these domestic abuse situations will feel intense levels of anxiety. You might feel like the person is going to show up. If you had to leave in the middle of the night, if you had to escape, if it wasn't like an easy, clean break, and you that person might be still looking for you, man or woman might be still looking for you, you'll feel anxiety. Breathing helps you to relax, to slow down, to allow yourself to get back to a normal balance. So you can take a moment. I always say, take a nice deep breath in through your nose, exhale it through your mouth. And when you're breathing in, take in all you need in that moment. If that's peace, that's clarity, that's love, all of that. And then when you exhale all the things you no longer need, like any anxiety, any stress, and feel yourself like blowing it out. And I always say this too. If you can breathe, you can relax. As long as we have air in our lungs, you can relax. If you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling overwhelmed, take a moment, take a pause, breathing in and out. It'll help you to calm down and to recenter and refocus yourself. It plays a major part in that.
All right. So, just to avoid it in the beginning of a relationship, what are some healthy boundaries people should set?
Right. The goal is to avoid this. The goal is to not have to heal from domestic abuse, right? And no shade to anyone who is. The
Right.
goal is to make sure that you are looking at the red flags. And that term is thrown around. Oh, red flag, red flag. Everyone's talking about the red flags, but we sometimes ignore them because we're so like in love with someone or in lust with someone or we're seeing potential in someone. Look at someone for who they really are. I would say this: domestic abuse starts with words first. Before someone puts their hands on you, they will try to tear you down with their words. So that's a boundary that you need to set. Don't talk to me like that. And if that person isn't honoring your boundary, like don't call me stupid, don't call me dumb, don't call me fat, don't call me ugly, don't call me that. I don't want you to say those things to me. And if that person is not respecting that boundary, then you need to start thinking about maybe this isn't the person I need to be with, right?
Right.
You train people how to treat you. It usually starts with that abusive language. Like, I'm going to tear you down. Before I put my hands on you, I'm going to tear you down emotionally. I'm going to tear you down with my words. I'm going to make you believe that you deserve to be abused.
Right.
Watch out for how people are speaking to you. Watch out for how they're trying to dominate your time. If you have boundaries that you're setting and they're not honoring them, and like I mentioned before with the isolation, if someone is just trying to make you just be with them only, if they always have a problem with your friends, if they have a problem with you being close to your family, like all of that, we have to keep our eyes wide open. Those are some of the signs that someone could be on the road to being domestically abused or they're going to be the abuser.
Right. So, kind of going back, you kind of spoke about how your childhood if it inspired you to kind of get involved with this. So,
Yeah.
how does childhood trauma show up in relationships?
Oh man, yeah. Um, when you have childhood trauma, you usually become a people pleaser
Mm,
and you usually have to be accepted. Like if you're rejected or not accepted and not liked by everyone, you will usually do anything. You'll become a doormat. You will say yes to everyone. You will do everything for everyone. You will overuse. You will try to make everyone love you either with your money, with just do I'm always available. Yes, call on me for anything, for anything. That's romantically, that's platonically, that's in just a regular relationship, anywhere, right?
right.
Childhood trauma will show up like I wasn't loved fully when I was a child. So now I'm searching for this love, usually in all the wrong places. I wasn't affirmed as a child. So I'm usually seeking validation and affirmation in places I shouldn't be. It makes us forget who we are and it makes us tolerate things that we wouldn't tolerate without that trauma.
Right. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I spend some time on social media, and it's always
Yeah.
these posts talking about how abusive people always have a significant other no matter what. So why do you think that it's hard for people to leave these abusive relationships?
So usually when someone's an abuser, they're a predator.
Ooh,
They look for the insecurities inside of us.
say that
You know
again.
what I'm saying?
Say that again,
Usually,
right?
usually, right. Usually, when someone's an abuser, they're a predator, and they look for the insecurities inside of us to not to say, "Oh, let me help you heal," but they want to exploit us.
Right,
They want to take those insecurities and they want to turn the light up on them. And I'll say this, usually those who are the abusers, they'll know who's an empath. They'll know who someone who's so kind and has a nice heart, and they know someone who can feel all the feelings. And if they give you a sob story, you'll be like, "Oh, I'll help you." It's like when I say predator, they're apex predators. They can sniff that out.
right.
Oh, I see that insecurity. I see they need to be loved or they weren't really loved. They can tell. And so you end up falling prey and falling into the trap of that. Like they can see it, they can smell it from a mile off. That's why it's really important for us to work on our own healing, especially our own childhood healing. It's up to us, right? And it's not blame. We all have a responsibility to make sure that we are healing so that we don't become prey to that.
With the word healing, what does healing truly mean? What does it look like? How does it manifest itself outward?
Healing is ugly. It's painful. It's nasty work. I believe that a lot of people have made healing. I'm on social media. Not I'm excuse me. I'm on social media too. A lot of bit, not a little bit, a lot of bit, right? scrolling, looking, just seeing what's going on. People have made healing look so pretty. Oh, they
Right.
make it just look so fluffy and rainbow. It's not, it's ugly, it's nasty, it's painful, and you end up hating it. But you have to go through it so that you can get to the other side, right? Because it's not sustainable for us to go through life so trauma filled, right?
Right.
Trauma, just like I'm wearing these glasses, we usually wear the lenses of trauma. So you see every relationship in that way. Healing is not linear, meaning it's not just one line. It's up, down, all around. It's like a roller coaster and it never stops. You never arrive. You're always healing, right? You're
Right.
always get into another level of healing. It's not like I've arrived at the healing and that's it. No, every day you have to work on it. So it's always in motion, always up and down, but it's painful. And I don't want to make it seem like, oh, it's some pretty process. It is a painful process. But when you go through it, I feel like it is worth it because you change the lens from trauma to healing and you see life completely different.
Right. So I have two more questions for you, but actually
Yes.
the one that I'm about to ask you, I just kind of thought of. Why do
Okay.
you believe that most people don't avoid therapy?
Um, the number one reason, and I've thought about this a lot, right? Because a lot of people, especially in our community, a lot of people avoid therapy. When you are living in trauma, or if you've lived in trauma for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, or maybe your whole life, trauma becomes your identity. And this, I'm not trying to be deep, it's just a reality. Trauma is your identity. If we've lived in trauma, if that's been our whole life, we've taken on that identity of trauma. Therapy asks you to remove that identity, to discard it, get rid of it, undo it, unbuckle, take off the cloak of that identity. Most people don't want to do that work.
Right.
It's painful. When I mention the pain of healing, most people have not built up the strength to deal with that true pain. So as soon as you feel that little bit of pain, you don't push forward, you just stop. You know what? It's easier for me to live in the trauma. It's easier for me just to continue on how this is all I know.
Right.
And most people also can't imagine a life without their trauma, a life of healing, a life of wholeness. So you stay. It's easier. I think most people are wanting to take the easy way out now. We live in a microwave generation. We don't live in a generation you have to work, work, work. You can get everything quick, boom, boom, Uber Eats, Postmates, dun, dun, dun. So we adopted that in our healing journey too. That if it's not quick healing, I don't want it.
Right. Right. So just to kind of conclude the interview,
Mm.
um, what message would you give to someone who's currently suffering in silence?
I would say this, that you might be suffering in silence. However, think of what it looks like for you to use your voice to get out of your situation. Who around you can help you and assist you, right? Because we're not meant to do things alone. Who around you can help you and assist you? Find those support systems so that you don't have to suffer in silence. Find those ways that you are able to use your voice and you are able to get out of that situation. And it might be difficult and it might seem impossible, but you are worth it. You are worth getting out of that situation and you are worth being truly healed and in a safe space. That's what I would say. You're suffering in silence. Think on where you can find those points of connection so you don't have to suffer in silence anymore. We're not made to do this alone. Like
Right.
you have a community out there. And there's help available
Okay.
always.
One more question. I have so
Mm,
say that I'm suffering in silence
mm.
and I'm so isolated. How would I go about looking for a community, looking for a tribe, looking for that layer of support?
So tribes look so different. Great question. Tribes look so different nowadays. You could go and watch YouTube video. I'm just saying, YouTube University, boom. You could in the comments. The tribe is in the comment section. The tribe, like I'm a mom, I'm a new mom. My tribe, also I have family and stuff, but my tribe looks like in the comment sections of first time mom videos. That's my support. I've You can find YouTube videos about what you're going through. Look at Instagram, look at Facebook videos, TikTok, and your tribe is right in those comment sections. Because when you read, and I know you've seen this, you get ready to comment. Someone's already commented what you're going through. All you have to say, yes, I'm going through that too. Can we connect? I'm just saying your tribe is there. And the way social media is set up, we have access to each other. You could be in China right now. I could be in South America and we could connect. So your tribe is always there, but it might not look like what you want or what we usually think, but the tribe is there. Someone has gone through or is going through what you're going through right now. The connection is there. Connect in the comments. Hey, can I talk to you? Hey, can we chat? Your tribe is there. It's right there.
All right. Well, thank you, Lilac Jones, for your time and your
Yes,
participation. I really
yes.
appreciate it. I think this may be my best interview yet. I'm really, yes, I'm really impressed with how you responded to the questions, and I'm grateful. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me on here and trusting me to speak to your audience. I really appreciate it.
And since you're an educator, do you have any Instagram or anything you want to tag for people maybe to uh follow you, reach out to you, or want to, get some counseling from you?
For sure, for sure. So you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. It's Lilac Calandra. So that's lilac like the color, Lilac, and Calandra, which is my middle name. It's Calandra. Or I have a mindfulness life coaching business called Selah Mindset. Selah, which comes from the book of Psalms. It means to rest, to pause. So we give ourselves that space. It's Selah Mindset. I'll make sure you have that information too so you can share with your audience. Please contact me. I love doing mindfulness groups so we can get our mindset together. I love having conversations in chats, or we can just follow each other on social media. I'm always posting. We're really in this together. So please connect with me. I would love to chat with you.
All right, thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, you too.